Hello, it is Zach with a podcast named Tim here with a Bad Batch review, episode 3, entitled The Replacements. Please do give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Before we get started with the review, just want to say in the description below there will be links to all of our social media, our website where you can take a look at some of the movies we've reviewed, and of course, with subscribing to the channel, you won't miss any of our Bad Batch reviews and our Power Ranger reviews and bonus movie reviews we do. So, what's going on in episode 3, The Replacements? A good episode from the Bad Batch. So far, I have been very impressed with this episode. I think this series, I think this is the strongest that a show has started in the animation department. Part of it, obviously, being that it is a direct continuation of the Clone Wars show, so they don't have to reintroduce characters and build us up. And obviously, because of that, also they're able to target a more adult audience, I think, or at least an older audience than they have with when they started the Clone Wars and when they started Rebels and some other shows as well. So basically, we are the Bad Batch is crash landing on a planet. Their ship's messed up from their escape from Seleucami last episode, and when we get there, they're trying to fix the ship. And there is some kind of creature on this planet that basically eats energy, and so it takes their capacitor or whatever, the thing that stores the energy on the ship. And Hunter and Omega have to go track it down. Unfortunately, Hunter gets knocked out, and Omega is the one who has to save the day. She does not use her blaster, but she is able to basically calm down the monster and get the energy back that way. So that's the main storyline that the Bad Batch is on. There's a secondary storyline, which is Crosshair, and he is now in charge of a kind of a experimental group of conscripted soldiers that they're trying to have him train, and they're going to go back to Onderon in order to deal with the Guerrero problem. So he gets another shot at completing that mission. Basically, Tarkin wants to see if this unit can do better than Clone Force 99. And they do. They successfully complete their mission. Some of the soldiers that are with him are hesitant to engage in killing these civilians, but Crosshair takes one of them out, and shows them that he means business. Good soldiers follow orders, and they slaughter them. They don't pull any punches here on that, and it was very powerful for them to do that. You see kind of his transformation, and the transformation into the Empire is really hitting home. There's a new admiral entitled Rampart, who is kind of taking over for Tarkin, it looks like, and heading up this program. The hope is being that the program, I think it's called War Mantle. The idea being we're going to have clone troopers that are left train stormtroopers or death troopers or some form of fashion of troopers, and get them ready and lead them as the officers. So that shift is happening to the Empire. I'll be curious to see how far we go with that, how quickly the Empire we get to where we kind of know in New Hope where we are, even with Rebels. But so that's the main storyline. Some of the really interesting things that happen here that they've set up for the rest of the season are, one, Omega, we're still continuing her building her relationship with the team. They build her a home. So I think we're pretty set and done with all of the Omega storyline as far as her being accepted into the team. They kind of capped that off very quietly this episode, and we started to build to a couple other things. One, Wrecker got hit in the head when they crash landed, and he was complaining about his head being hurt the whole time. So maybe he's going to have a moment where he's going to be Order 66, inhibitor chip turned on. Tech is developing some kind of device to track and scan and figure out what's going on with the inhibitor chip. So maybe they're going to be able to remove theirs, or they're going to find out where they are with theirs. So that was interesting. We have obviously Crosshair, who is fully going dark side, but Hunter and Omega had a discussion where she kind of hints to him that maybe there's a way for us to turn him back. So we've set up that as a potential option. And on Camino, the Kaminoans have also, they are very focused on getting a special type of clone, I assume it is Omega, in order to create the next super soldier version of the clones, because they're a little concerned about where they are in the pecking order with the Empire. The other thing, I guess, is that this episode really hinted on, and this was all done very well, not ham-fisted in front of you. They just kind of slowly gave you these little tidbits. Was Omega and her powers, or what she is exactly. She told Hunter that I tracked the monster, the dragon, just like you did. And so I know there's two theories kind of floating around everywhere, which is maybe she's kind of a super version of all the clones combined, or the Clone Force 99 as far as their powers. She's already shot something super quick, and now she's tracked something down. So if she lifts something super strong, or if she does some kind of tech-oriented, we can probably assume that she is then combined, or it could be the Force. She seemed to be able to innately understand what the dragon wanted, and I don't remember the name of the power, but I know that's been in a couple video games and described in books as far as Jedi's ability to kind of calm beasts and wild animals. So a lot going on this episode, really good. I would assume Tarkin's gonna take a back step now that Rampart is here. He's going to be the main villain. But would love to see more about Saw Gerrera. He did get away, but he was already gone when they went to go take care of the mission, but they did take care of its other people. So we have the potential to see more about Saw Gerrera and his conversion into terrorists, essentially. We have finding out more about Omega, and I'm really excited to see kind of where they're going to go with Crosshair and how that story is going to develop. So a lot of really cool things going on. Good episode. Can't wait for next week. And let me know your thoughts on the episode. If you have any theories about Omega or where this show might be heading, happy to talk about that. And so that's my thoughts on episode 3, Replacements. Again, please do subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up so you don't miss next week's review and discussion about Star Wars: The Bad Batch. I'm Zach. We'll see you next time here on a podcast named Tim.